PewDiePie slams YouTube because of Logan Paul's new movie.
Jauregui reveals her relationship status with Fifth Harmony since going solo.
And Jake Paul was caught forging his friend's signature.
All that and more on today's rundown.
Hey you guys, welcome back to DHR. We got a whole lot of news for you today, like the fact that Kim Kardashian is currently under fire because fans are thinking that she photoshopped her new photo to make her butt look smaller.
Which, like, who would have thought? But first, Miley Cyrus actually is coming out with new music, and apparently it sounds like Bangerz, which I'm excited for. All signs point to Miley's next album being a Bangerz 2.0 if these social media clues are legit. First, Twitter account PopCrave pointed out an Instagram post from a music producer's account which shows Miley hanging in the studio with rapper and singer Theophilus London. One fan commented on the post writing, quote, "Bangerz Miley is back." And the account basically confirmed the fan's suspicions, writing, quote, "She is. Nah, for real though. Wait for it." This is very exciting for Miley fans as she's pretty much been radio silent since July when she deleted every single post on her Instagram and then left social media altogether. And while we expected her to return with some clues to her new music, a la Taylor Swift or Harry Styles, so far she hasn't even given us a tease. But luckily, others in her circle have, like sister Noah Cyrus, who's described Miley's next album as Bangerz 2.0. And if all that evidence isn't enough to convince you that Miley's getting back to more of a pop meets R&B and hip-hop sound, then there was also this. A fan shared on her Twitter account, quote, "At Noah's show today, I confronted Adam about the blackout and he said she was gonna be done with it very soon. And I asked about a Bangerz 2.0 and he said, we're going for something like that type of sound." So who will Miley be collaborating with on the upcoming album? Well, we've got some clues about that as well. Earlier this year, producer Mark Ronson and Miley Cyrus collaborated on new music that has yet to be released. Mark uploaded a picture to his Instagram account back in June, telling fans that he just wrapped writing his, quote, favorite songs with Miley. Us Weekly has also previously hinted that Miley may have worked with Lady Gaga for the album, with a source explaining, quote, "A new album is in the works for Miley. She has been in New York since middle of this week and is officially working on new music. She has been recording at the same Electric Lady studio that Gaga uses." I'm excited.
I'm so excited. For a second, when I was reading this, I was like, wait a second, wasn't Bangerz Miley's last album? I was like, no, it wasn't. She went very chill. She released a single, Malibu.
Yes.
Her whole album was very friendly,
country a little bit, and like smooth and soothing.
But Bangerz is like all bangers.
Yeah, it's all bangers.
Like, I can't wait.
I need a Bangerz 2.0. I know, I need like pop Miley back.
Yes.
Cause like that was the Miley that ruled the world. I'm gonna be honest.
It really was. I mean, did I love her style during this phase?
Did we love her antics?
No.
Maybe not so much.
But the music was so good.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, Jake Paul is being sued once again, but this time for forging his friend's signature and trashing a house. It's a whole thing. According to legal documents obtained by TMZ, Max Goodrich says he and Jake once considered moving in together, but ultimately Max backed out. The documents claim that Jake then continued to use his former pal's name and good credit score in order to land him the rental property, even though Max wasn't living there, which is obviously very illegal. But now the people who Jake rented the house from are taking legal action against both him and Max for, quote, leaving the place in ruins, all thanks to Jake's wild pranks and antics. But you guys, the drama doesn't end there. Okay, so Max has also filed his own lawsuit against Jake, claiming that the YouTuber committed fraud against him. According to Max, his name never should have been on the lease in the first place, and that's why he's calling for Jake to cover any and all of the damages listed in the homeowner's lawsuit. However, TMZ did later report that a source close to Jake said that Jake actually never forged Max's signature. The source said his signature is actually nowhere to be found on the lease at all, and he was only listed as a potential tenant. And according to that same source, the actual tenant is 10-Digit Media. So basically, Jake's camp is saying that any claim that Goodrich was making was just used for his good credit and is total fake news. So I don't know what to believe here.
I'm confused.
I'm very confused. So there had to have been some proof, though, that he did forge Max's signature if Max is now suing him too, you know, because like to take legal action.
Why would Max sue him if Max wasn't involved in this lawsuit? Is he being involved with this like whole lawsuit with the owner of the building?
That's what I don't get, because
like, why would you sue him then?
Exactly, because if he was just listed as a potential tenant,
right,
he wouldn't have been part of this lawsuit. And then I do find it a little bit suspicious that the source close to Jake doesn't seem to have like proof of this. It's very much just he said. Yeah,
you know? Pretty much.
So
like, I feel like it would be pretty easy to just come out and be like, here's the proof that it's not. There's no signature on this.
Right,
Jake didn't forge anything. All right, guys, Lauren Jauregui is apparently feeling free after leaving Fifth Harmony, and she's getting praise from Halsey on her new music. Pretty cool. In case you missed it, Lauren Jauregui dropped her debut solo single, Expectations, yesterday, which is the first track Lauren has released on her own since Fifth Harmony went on hiatus back in May. Lauren opened up to People exclusively, not only about her new music, but about what going solo has really been like. Also, she told the mag the tea on her relationships with the other 5H girls post going solo. After describing her new vibe as smoky quartz angel and sharing how her songwriting process has changed now that she's a solo artist, Lauren spoke a lot about how the hiatus actually inspired her and in many ways set her free. She said, quote, "When Fifth Harmony ended, I was like, wow, I'm free. And that kind of set off this whole inspiration in me that hadn't been there before to write. I wasn't inspired." Now Lauren says she's feeling more inspired than ever before. Quote, "I'm personally connected to myself emotionally. If I feel blocked or stifled, or I'm not being myself, or I can't be myself, then I can't create. I actually thought that I couldn't create anymore, which is the craziest part. That's how off I was, you feel me?" Despite the group's decision to part ways though, Lauren still credits 5H for giving her the inspiration to go solo, especially because the decision was mutual. Quote, "I was in Thailand when we spoke on the phone and decided that we were moving forward individually. We had a respectful conversation. It was really beautiful. We all just kind of understood. It was so amazing, that feeling of it's all good and we're good." It's good to know everyone is being supportive of one another. And speaking of which, Lauren's good friend Halsey praised Lauren for her new music, tweeting, quote, "Lauren is so special because best friend or not, her music would still be exactly what I need in the moment, and it gives me goosebumps. It's just even better that I'm lucky enough to know and love her." Aw,
that's so sweet.
Very sweet.
I love that.
I like that friendship.
Me too. And I'm also really happy that Lauren and the other Fifth Harmony girls are on good terms.
Yes.
But I do find it interesting, I will say, that now that it was a mutual decision and they were all ready to move forward and go solo, they're cool with each other. But when they weren't ready and Camila did it, everyone got mad at her.
Yeah, it was a big deal. I mean, I think that that's just a thing with being in a group, especially when all of you are singers. Because I think like being in a band is different. Like when each person plays a different instrument, they all get highlighted. But when you're all kind of fighting for that spotlight role, like I could see how that you get lost in that.
Yeah.
And I would understand like all of these girls just being like, let's all try just being our own person for a bit. And I could see how that feels freeing. And I don't think that it's like an attack on Fifth Harmony, because I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying like that's mean to Fifth Harmony and or their fans.
No.
The feeling of like saying that she's free now.
No, because I think, and I'm sure every individual artist that was a part of Fifth Harmony feels the same way, where you can't be as creative as you'd like to be because you're not thinking of your own creativity. You have to think along the lines of the group and whoever's managing you and choosing what your image is, whatever they want you to be as well.
Totally.
So I definitely understand why she thinks it's freeing. I also really like this song.
Yeah, it's good. I haven't heard it yet, full disclosure, but I'm ready. I can't
I'm glad
wait.
you're honest about it.
I gotta be.
All right, you guys, Kim Kardashian is under fire after fans accused her of photoshopping her butt to look small. Kim Kardashian teased her new makeup campaign with an IG photo, and fans have not been able to stop talking about it, but not for the reasons you may think. So in the photo, Kim is sitting next to a man that appears to be nude while she rocks a gold bodysuit with a shimmery gold lid, looking stunning. But fans couldn't help but notice that her derriere looked a bit smaller than normal in this particular photo. Many then took to the comments to share their thoughts, as they do on social media, with one fan writing, quote, "Did her head get bigger and her butt get smaller? While another fan posted, quote, "Crazy how they photoshopped your fake butt to make it smaller. What an oxymoron." Though there were many people slamming Kimmy in the comments, some fans did stick up for her, with one writing, quote, "It's her shoot, her brand, her everything for a fact. It's her life, so let her do what she wants." Kim has yet to respond to the allegations. I don't know what to say about this. I looked at the photo and I think the man is like partially blocking her butt, or it could be an angle thing. I don't know if they photoshopped her butt to look smaller, and I also don't, sorry, I know she's denied this several times, I don't think her butt is real, and I feel like maybe she took out some of the filler. I know nothing about butt
Maybe she did.
That's very possible.
True. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Kylie did it with her lips.
For sure,
Kim could have done it with her butt.
Real. Come on, that butt's not real. But that would be a major oxymoron, like that person said, if she enhanced her butt and then she was like, no, too big.
Too big.
Slide that in. But then I agreed with the last comment, who was like, hey man, it's her brand, her photo shoot, her photo that she's posting. I Facetune my photos, full disclosure. I would hate it if people nitpicked every single photo and accused me of photoshopping.
Yeah, that's
Even
so
if
true.
I did, I still don't want that.
And imagine like thousands of comments. I couldn't imagine. I mean, yeah, again, like this isn't even a selfie or her just posing for like her friend's photo. Like this is for her campaign.
Yeah.
So maybe she has a vision. Maybe her vision was to not distract. Yeah, like don't have her butt be a distraction. And if she didn't and it was angles, like know your angles, you know? She knows her angles. She's Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, true. PewDiePie is slamming YouTube for releasing Logan Paul's movie The Thinning 2. Ooh. The world's most popular YouTuber criticized YouTube's leadership after it was announced that Logan Paul's original YouTube movie The Thinning 2 had ultimately been released. There were speculations that the movie would never see the light of day after Logan's controversial Suicide Forest disaster of a video. While YouTube had indefinitely put this movie on hold, it has officially been released, with YouTube citing all of the cast and crew's hard work and the fans' requests for the movie as reasons why they decided to release the sequel despite Logan's actions. Now PewDiePie is questioning why Logan's movie was released while his YouTube original show has been on hold since February of last year without any announcements of an eventual release. Logan's movie was ultimately put on hold for 10 months but was always scheduled to be released this year, which PewDiePie explains really means that the movie wasn't even delayed, since its initial release would have been 2018 regardless of what happened, and he blames YouTube's leadership skills for the unfairness of the entire situation, saying, quote, "It's kind of amazing how $1 billion company can be so inept at leadership."
If you want to be taken seriously, you need to apply the same rules for everyone. You can't just nitpick whatever you want, then you just look like an idiot.
Despite him disagreeing with YouTube's unfair treatment of their YouTubers, he still agrees that The Thinning should have been released, saying, quote, "This is why when Logan Paul's controversy broke, despite me clearly not liking him, I said I didn't think his show should be canceled. I meant that. Punish Logan for what he did, punish me for my mistakes, but to punish everyone involved on this project, these projects are so massive, it just doesn't make sense. It's not fair." I mean, this is very interesting. I think he's just saying that it's not fair, because he's not saying that it shouldn't be released. He's just saying that he also wants his released.
Yeah.
Right?
But I also totally get where he is coming from on the whole, was this movie even really delayed?
Yeah.
Because they said it was, delayed indefinitely.
But it was always supposed to be released in 2018.
So they just wanted to, it seems like YouTube just wanted to look good in the public eye.
Down.
Because Logan Paul, I mean, the Suicide Forest video was real bad, and I think they would have looked real bad to just say the movie was...
To like start promoting it, being like, coming out in 2018.
Come watch. But he has a good point. I don't really think he's throwing shade at Logan, but that is a little shady of YouTube, I will say.
I mean, yeah, especially because in comparison, I think like the two did make mistakes, but I think what he's saying is like, yeah, why does one YouTuber get his show or movie released, but the other doesn't, just because of a mistake?
All right, you guys, before we go, I want to turn it over to you guys. Do you think Kim Kardashian had this photo photoshopped to make her butt look smaller, or do you think it's probably just like an angle, or should we not even speculate? Let me know down in the comments below.
The comments will be like, I don't want to speculate, and that's all of them. Or let us know if you're interested in Miley's Bangerz 2.0, because I sure am.
I so am. And in the meantime, you guys can follow me at Renee Ariel on Instagram.
Or me at Ava Gordy on Instagram and Twitter.
Or like both of us.
Do both.
Please do both.
Porque no los dos.
All right, you guys, we will be back here tomorrow.
Bye.
And then click right over here to see why fans think that Pete Davidson put a toll on the relationship between Ariana and her manager, Scooter Braun.
What? But also make sure to subscribe.
It's here, I think. Somewhere. Do you see it? Click it. If you see it, click it.